Hello, welcome to this video that will help to explain how to create your own playlists in Hub. So you can see that I've already logged in and I'm getting a welcome message to tell me that I've logged in. And if you look at the bar across the top of the page here now, the playlist icon is the one on the right hand side on the screen. So if I click on that icon now, it'll take and open my playlists. Now you can see I've already got a couple of playlists there, but what I'm going to do now is to create a new one. So if I go to the create new button at the top of the page, it'll ask me to name my playlist. So if I just put in a title there now, just type that in, click on save, and it will create a template for me. So what I now need to do is I can add an image to the background here, and I can also add a description to my playlist to explain what it is. So this is helpful for the person who might want to download it, okay, or perhaps your students who are looking at it when you've created it. So just put something in there, and then what you can also do is you can click on the change header image, and when you get in there it'll say upload image, and if you go to the top box here, choose the file that you'd like to use. If you go there, you can go into your pictures library and you can select an appropriate image that you might like to use. So for the sake of argument, if I was going to select an image here, I might choose, let's say I chose this image, clicked on open, and what will then happen is the loader will upload the image, and then it will display on the screen. If you're not happy where the icon's pointing to, you can move it a little bit as well, but the idea is it appears as a flow across the top. So you can click on save then, and there we are. There's an example image in the background, so that when I go back to my playlists I can quite easily identify which one it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some new steps into my playlist, so we can build it as a series of steps. Let's start with an introduction slide. What I'm going to do is I'm going to write that myself. So if I go to the add page type here and just click, I get two options that come down: a quiz option, a bit early for that yet, so let's just close that one up a second, and a text and image option. So if I now click the image I want, drag it across into my playlist, it'll add this for me. And what I can now do is I can edit this by clicking on the pencil icon. So if I give it a title at the top, and then I can start to write some instructions in here. Okay, when I've done that, obviously I've got some options here. I've got a text editor, I can bold, italicize or underline things. I can change the nature of the heading. So there's a heading in there now. I can add in a web link if I want as well. I just highlight across the text where I want to add the web link, click on add web link, and then copy and paste the link into the screen there. And what I can also then do, because you'll notice in my the slide type I've selected, it's got an image on the left hand side. I can now pick a picture that I want to appear on the slide. So if I go back to my pictures library, let's say for the sake of argument now, I scroll down and I find the image that I want to add in, select this one, click on open, that'll again download the image, and what I can then do is, as I said, let's focus in on the area that we definitely want to show. That's what this circle does. Click on save. Okay, so that image is going to appear with this text. Now, at any time I can go up and I can preview how that's going to look. So if I click on the preview button now, it'll open up in a separate window, and I can see how this is going to appear when my students or whoever's looking at this is going to see it. And as you can see, it's quite a professional finish. There's my picture, and here's the text that I've written on, and then the little arrows on either side allow me to navigate through the playlist. there's only one slide there at the moment, so we need to continue doing some work. So there's other different types of content that you can add on the screen as well. So if I want to add a clip from YouTube, I might let's just pick something at random here. Let's pick something about volcanoes. What I can do here now is select a big video. Let's have this lava flow here. Perhaps I want that in my lesson. I can click and drag the clip into the content editor. If it puts it at the top and I want it underneath my title slide, I just simply click on the arrow and it'll appear underneath. Again, what's nice about this, although this will pick up this what we call metadata from YouTube, you can change the title so it better suits your own work if you want to, and also you can add your own description, so it could be what you want the students to consider when they're watching the video. So that's how very simply we can search and add clips from YouTube to our playlist. If we want to delete it any time, simply click on the X icon on the right hand side and that will remove the step from the playlist. We can also search Google for some information. We can search Hub if there are other resources that we want to link to that we found that we quite like, which we can then search and drop into our playlist. We can also search Encyclopedia Britannica. So if I was to go into Encyclopedia Britannica and search for volcano and see what's returned. Here's a nice definition of a volcano. Again, all I need to do is pick that, drag it in, and I've got some more content into my playlist. And when I open that, then it will take me off to the link to Encyclopedia Britannica, and I can find out about the volcanoes in more detail. I can also add links in here, so if I click on the add URL button, I can put a link to a website in here. So it could be, let's just put the BBC News website in as an example. If you click that in, okay, it will give you the website, and again you can drop that in underneath. So what you can see is happening here is we're very quickly building a series of steps that have got content in them, and you can imagine if you can build this as a sequence of learning, it's really, really quick. Something else that we might want to add in now is a quiz. So we can go in here, drop in the quiz. Okay, there it is. And when you click on the edit button, we can now go in and we can ask some questions. Okay, so if I put in a quick description there, so a quick title, a description, and then I can ask some questions here. What you can then do is you can put in some options with what you consider to be the correct and the incorrect answers. So if we go and edit these, we can add more answers here as well. We can select what we want to be the correct answer, or more than one correct answer if we want to. So it could be selecting 2 items from a list, or 3 or 4. However many you want. You can have as many options as you like to make the question more challenging, or the thought process more challenging. You can also then add in feedback. So let's go to correct feedback. You can put in a sort of comment of praise in here. And in the incorrect feedback, we might want to explain why they've got this wrong. Okay. Alright, when you've done that, you can save it. I should have mentioned also, you can give the students a number of attempts to answer these questions if you want to, so they can go back and try the answers again if they've got it wrong. Obviously not to give the true and false, because it'll be obvious what the answer is next time, but that's how you do that. Okay, so let's say I'm at the point now where I want to share this. Firstly, again, I can preview it. So if I go back to the preview, I can go through here, I can open this up, and I can see how it will look on a full screen. This will also work on all mobile devices, iPads, iPhones, Android tablets, and so on. So we'll just go back a second. Sorry, I skipped through there. You'll see that the YouTube clip will now load in this player here. okay, and it will be integrated into the player, so you don't get any of the adverts. You can just go through and watch the video, okay, which should provided my web connection is sound, that will then play and I can see the content there. I can go through here now. There's the link to Encyclopedia Britannica. It will take me then off to the article I want to read. That's the link that I put in there to the website, and here is my quiz. Okay, so I can have a go at this now. Let's say, for the sake of argument, let's just get it wrong. Okay, check answers, but I can't try again because I've limited it to one attempt. I've given the incorrect answer, so then the feedback will appear here. So as you can see, it's a nice way of really quickly testing some knowledge about something, and sort of getting the students to interact with some of the learning content that you've put around it. Okay, you can then finish and find out how you did overall. So that's the playlist. What you now will need to do is to share this to ensure that your learners can access it. So if you go to the little share icon, which you'll find in the top right hand corner, click on the button there. It will provide you with a link, okay, and all that your students will need to do is to use that link. So if I now just to open a new web page just to demonstrate this, let's go in here. Is it going to open for me? Okay, let's now paste in the link to the playlist. If I now click on this, what should happen, because I'm logged into the system, is the playlist should now open up, yep, and I can play it, and that's off of the separate web link that I've just published here to my learners. Okay, so as long as you share that, that's fine, but you can also revoke it, take it away if you don't want to. You can also share it with the rest of the Hub community by clicking share playlist here, or share it to a network of other teachers if you want to share some resources or some teaching ideas and that kind of thing. Okay, so that's just a very quick guide how to make a playlist. Hope you found it useful and informative.